and let us all do we can to build a better future.
All right, listen up. If you're a voter in the state of Arizona, Sinema is bad news. All right. If she hasn't shown you already who she is, I don't know what to tell you. If people are really that diehard to vote for her, just remember, you're going to get a knife in the back. She used to be an activist, stab the activist in the back. She used to be a Green Party candidate, stab them in the back. She used to be a quote-unquote progressive Democrat, stabbed all those progressive Democrats in the back. Then, hey, Democrat, liberal, hey, vote blue no matter who. You got stabbed in the back. And now she's doing this whole change as being an independent maverick, no labels movement. Anyone that's flying to that no labels movement, I understand why it might seem attractive or appealing, but it's not. It's made up of Republican and Democratic lawmakers who are corporatists through and through. And I'm urging all of you to please do not fall for the trap of Sinema. It's a trap, a dangerous one. Sinema, independent bid, could boost Democrats in Arizona Senate race. Now, again, right now, her running for office is somewhat of a big deal because the Democrats could capitalize on it because the Democrats want to get rid of her. But, again, I cannot stress this out enough. She still poses a risk because corporatists love her. And if they can convince enough voters to get her reelected, it's bad news. I would suggest, I don't know, maybe sitting this one out. But Sinema is not this maverick person. I'm not going to tell you to vote Democrat or Republican. Hopefully there's another option, maybe green or libertarian. But Sinema, you just don't want her. An independent Senate bid from Senator Kristen Sinema could help Democrats win her seat in 2024, according to a poll released Tuesday. And again, remember this opening sentence, because remember, corporate media has been saying that independents are spoiler candidates, right? But they're happy that she's supposedly an independent because it could help them out. An Emerson College poll found that Sinema may hurt the Republican nominee for Senate more than Representative Ruben Gallego, who has declared his candidacy for the Democratic nomination for the seat. The poll showed Gallego and Pinal County Sheriff Mark Labb are tied at 42% each in a hypothetical head-to-head between them. But Gallego leads in a three-person race with 36% of the vote, and Labb's 29%, and Sinema's 21%. So this will be a very, well, no matter who wins, the people of Arizona are going to lose. But again, for those who are saying that Sinema is a maverick, just remember, there was a point in her political career where she said she cared about migrant workers, where she cared about the kids in cages. That was all a lie. Because now here she's trying to act all tough on the border crisis. I have to say this. She missed her calling in being an actress in Hollywood, because I've never seen someone change and be different characters so many times in their political and activist career.
My staff is going to be really upset, but I'm going to tell you the truth here. The reason the money is going to New York is because the Speaker of the House is from New York and the leader of the United States Senate is from New York. That is how a bunch of money went to New York.
But the migrants are going because some buses are being sent.
Some.
That's where they want to go.
Yeah.
Not all of them.
Some are. But look, this is something I fought for. When I fought really hard to ensure that this money got included in the omnibus budget in December of last year, Amanda remembers this, and we fought really hard to get this in. That the money was intended, and there's language that was put in the law that said it should be going for decompression at the border. The fact that a yeoman's amount of this money went to New York City, in my opinion, is wrong, because they are not a border state and they are not facing the kind of pressure that we are facing here. So when I hear from folks in other parts of the country say, oh, it's hard, our shelters are overwhelmed. Yeah, come live a day in the life of Yuma, Somerton, or San Luis, just one day. So I get kind of upset about this.
We like your
as
passion.
You can tell.
Thank you.
So I want you to know that I'm continuing to fight this, and I am livid that the administration is sending money to a part of the country that, while it has a lot of folks showing up in their shelter, they don't have folks wandering the streets of our small towns and communities or facing, heat exhaustion, showing up without, basics like formula, people who come across the border with chickenpox. What we're experiencing here in Arizona is matched only by what folks are experiencing in Southern Texas.
It's an interesting character arc that she's done. Because the thing is, for those who might be agreeing with the words of Sinema, just remember, she stabs people in the back all the time. How can we forget way back in 2021 on October 3rd, when activists confronted Sinema?
Okay, I'll be back.
Sinema, we want to talk to you real quick. Can we talk to you real quick?
Hi, actually, I am heading out.
Right now is a real moment that our people need in order for us to be able to talk about what's really happening. We need a Build Back Better plan right now.
We knocked on doors. We need solutions. The Build Back Better plan has the solutions that we need.
We knocked on doors for you to get you elected, and just how we got you elected, we can get you out of office if you don't support what you promised us.
Now, the thing is, for everyone that's saying that Sinema's a maverick or she's going to be tough on the border, remember, these are her supporters. She made promises to these people. She made promises to them that, she was going to care about their issues. Issues that she was opposite towards in that previous video that I played, where she's acting all tough on the border. She's a chameleon. She's a shapeshifter. She knows how to try and survive. She's an opportunistic parasite. The reason why she's still running for office, even though she's not popular and even though people see that she is a scumbag, is because she loves that corporate money. And we'll be talking about that corporate money very, very, very soon.
We need 7 million citizenship for 7 million.
The video is buffering. Please don't buffer too long. Let me go ahead and refresh the video. Apologies for that, folks. And something went wrong. Uh-oh. Was it the internet police? It probably was. Let's go ahead and see if we can get that all set up again. Don't buffer too long. Rats. Ratzenheimer. Just when it's getting good, too.
Sinema, we want to talk to you real quick. Can we talk to you real quick?
Hi, actually, I am heading out.
Right now is a real moment that our people need in order for us to be able to talk about what's really happening. We need a Build Back Better plan right now.
We knocked on doors. We need solutions. The Build Back Better plan has the solutions that we need.
We knocked
I do find it funny that she decides to hide in the crapper.
on doors for you to get you elected, and just how we got you elected, we can get you out of office if you don't support what you promised us.
We need 7 million citizenship for 7 million.
Okay, what's going on? Because this video is working perfectly fine. Let's go ahead and move on to the next video. Hopefully there will be a change.
Will you support the Build Back Better plan so that we can?
Finally, the other video is working again.
Because of SB 1070.
I don't like it when the things don't work. Very rude.
Have justice and solutions that we need for immigration, labor, climate change.
Pass the bill! Build back better! 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 Pass the bill!
Build Back Better, pass the bill. Build Back Better, pass the bill.
Build back better! Pass the bill! Build back better! Pass the bill! Build back better! Pass the bill! Build back better! Pass the bill!
Undocumented.
Unafraid!
Undocumented.
Unafraid!
Undocumented.
Unafraid!
Undocumented.
Unafraid!
Build Back Better.
Pass the bill!
Build Back Better.
Pass the bill!
Now, here's hoping the other video's working out properly. We're going to hear Sinema's true form.
States when I was 3 years old. And in 2010, my grandparents both got deported because of SB 1070.
passed away 2 weeks ago, and I was not able to go to Mexico and visit him because there is no pathway to citizenship. And if we have the opportunity to pass it right now, then we need to do it, because there's millions of undocumented people just like me who share the same story or even worse things that happen to them because of SB 1070 and because of anti-immigrant legislation. And this is the opportunity to pass it right now, and we need.
What's going on, internet? I know I pay my bills. Stop buffering. Well, anyways, I could sit here all day and argue with the Twitter video, but I hate it when things start buffering and not working properly. So those two videos were done in October of 2021. And again, for those who think that Sinema is this wonderful maverick person, that somehow she cares about her constituents, just remember, she associates herself with scumbags. I got to be very careful how I read this. They are a private equity billionaire tied to first name Jeffrey, last name E, led industry, backing for Kristen Sinema. She takes corporate donations from this horrible scumbag of an individual. You think she cares about you? I don't care what your political affiliation is. Don't look me in the eye and say, oh yeah, Sinema cares. No, she doesn't. Senator Kristen Sinema's close relationship with the titans of private equity industry, whose agenda she has relentlessly championed for in Congress, continues to bedevil her re-election campaign. In 2018, the first year she was elected to the Senate, she was backed by powerful private equity executives. Leon Black, then the CEO of Apollo Global Management, one of the largest such firms in the world, was one of them. Now, Black is back in the headlines, this time accused of assault of a 16-year-old girl in the home of first name Jeffrey, last name E. Black supports Sinema is a window into the devil's bargain, the one-time radical leftist cut in order to rise through the ranks. Wall Street financing enabled her rise, even as it forced her into politically unpopular positions, defending indefensible private equity giveaways in the tax codes, and linked her to unsavory characters always at risk of becoming public relations liability. She never cared. So for those who think that Sinema is this great standard bearer for independent or being no label, just remember she's a scumbag. In 2018, Black and his wife together made a $5,400 donation to Sinema's campaign, the maximum legal contribution at the time. 3 years later, Black was out from the top post of Apollo Global Management firm he helped found after it was revealed. He paid the disgraced financier, first name Jeffrey, last name E, more than $150 million for estate planning and tax services. The Senate Finance Committee is currently investigating that payment and whether it involved tax evasion. He'll probably get away with it. During her 2018 bid, Sinema received a smattering of donations from others in the private equity world, including a few dozen senior Blackstone managers, Bain executives, and oh my goodness, look who's in the room, everybody. Give it up for Goldman Sachs financiers. But she received much more money through the Emily's List Political Action Committee and from Google employees. After she entered office, however, what began as a smart bet on Sinema from private equity leaders like Black quickly evolved into a full-scale industrial feeding frenzy, with private equity and investment firms seizing on her as a powerful ally in the fight to preserve their status quo. They have since become her strongest financial anchors, with hundreds of employees from the biggest Wall Street companies donating millions to Sinema's campaign. All told, Sinema has ranked in well over $3 million from investment in private equity firms in the past 6 years. Sinema's office did not respond to questions about her association with Black and Apollo Global Management. Isn't that hilarious? So if you're a voter in the state of Arizona, yeah, you got the Democrat option, you got the Republican option, but then you also have the Sinema option. Don't fall for it. No matter what happens, Arizona, you're going to be screwed. But I'll tell you this, you're better off with not having Sinema back in. She became Wall Street's biggest cheerleader. According to campaign finance data analyzed by Open Secrets, employees at Apollo Global Management represent the single largest corporate donor base to Sinema's campaign committee between 2017 and 2022, contributing to a combined $172,025. Should also add in 4 cents as well. The laundry list of executives who have given her who have given since her election to the Senate include the chair of one of the largest private equity firms in the world, KRR, top directors at Cargill Group, the CEO of Blackstone's, and dozens of other senior investment managers. As the Intercept previously reported, Sinema has maintained close ties to the private equity industry, even interning as a senator, then fundraising at a winery owned by private equity mogul Bill Price, co-founder of private equity giant TPG Capital. So she was an intern and then fundraised at a winery. You know, hey, isn't that something? You're a U.S. senator, and then, you know, what do you do for your summer job? Oh, I'm interning at a winery. I got this nice internship. It's just incredible how she has really transformed herself to really become this opportunistic parasite. She is, if there is an avatar for true corruption and destroying your constituents' lives, I would say Sinema could be that avatar. Her coziness with the industry has guided her hand against key Democratic priorities, including those designed to raise taxes on the wealthy in an effort to balance the federal budget. Sinema's absence has soured her standing in her own state, Arizona, after ditching the Democratic Party. She now faces a tough re-election campaign. As an independent, she'll be competing against both Democrat and Republican in the general election. Even as private equity cash continues to pour into Sinema's campaign coffers, her Democratic opponent, Representative Ruben Gallego, outraised her in the first quarter of this year, suggesting that fury at her continued allegiance to corporate donors will have a lasting impact. And remember, anyone that's considering for voting for Sinema, you're also okay with her working with these scumbags who were close association to Jeffrey E. And if that's something you want, if you're happy with a senator like Sinema, who's okay being associated with these evil, vile people, then Arizona is screwed for. Do not trust these politicians. They don't like you, they don't think about you, and they don't respect you.